request everybody to please stand forward to pray. In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our sins as we forgive those who sin against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Please be seated. Secretary of the class, can we check the attendance? Thank you. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the another day of learning. So, for today's lesson, we will have a colorful and marvelous day of learning. So, before anything else, let's recall our lesson yesterday. So, our lesson yesterday is all about
Anatomy.
Thank you, Marlo. What is anatomy? Yes, Rhea?
Anatomy is the branch of natural science dealing with the structural organization of living things.
Okay, correct. Now, I have several pictures of organs, and all you need to do is to identify the names of an organ system based on their structure. So, what organ is this?
Integumentary system.
Okay, correct. And what organ is this?
Skeletal system.
Correct. So, and last, we have here.
Circulatory system.
Okay, correct. So, I have here an envelope showing the different organ system. So, underneath your desk, you have there several words that all you need to do is to identify which organ system does it belong. So, Marlo? Yes, the first word?
Blood.
Blood. So, which organ does blood belong?
Circulatory system.
Correct. So, circulatory system. Next, Rhea?
Arteries.
Arteries.
Circulatory system.
Okay, correct. Yes, another one?
Dermis.
Dermis. So,
Integumentary system.
correct. So, dermis belongs to the integumentary system. Next,
Epidermis.
epidermis.
Integumentary system.
Correct. And,
Skull or
Skull.
skeletal system.
okay, correct. And last word,
Is the bone marrow.
bone marrow. So,
Skeletal system.
okay, correct. So, very good. So, I think you have now the knowledge and understanding about the anatomy or the human body system. So, at this point, we will have a game. So, called 4 Pigs, 1 Word. So, I have here several pictures that depicts our lesson for today. So, what is the first set of pictures? So you have here letters H, M, A, U, N, and it is composed of 5 letters.
Human.
Yes, correct. So the first word is human. And the second group of pictures, it has a nine-letter word. Nine-letter word.
It's breathing.
Breathing, correct. So the answer is breathing. So our our words was human
breathing.
So for our today's lesson, we will have our human breathing. So what is human breathing, or what is human breathing system? Okay. But before anything else, before we will proceed to our lesson, may I request everybody to inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. So we will take time to, may I request everybody to close your eyes and feel the air that surrounds us. Inhale, exhale. Okay, thank you. At this point, we will learn things about our breathing system. For you to be guided with our lesson for this day, we will have here our learning outcomes. So, Marlo, can you read the first learning outcomes?
At the end of this lesson, you will explain how a respiratory system structures that works together to transport nutrients, gases, and other molecules to and from the different parts of the body.
Second, yes, Rhea?
Demonstrate and discuss the importance of the respiratory system, structures, and function.
And last, Marlo?
Create an infographic or poster that shows effective ways in taking care of respiratory system.
Okay, thank you. So, what is respiratory system? The respiratory system is a network of organs and tissues that help you to breathe. It includes your airways, lungs, blood vessels, and the muscle that powers your lungs are also part of your respiratory system. These parts work together to move oxygen throughout our body and cleans out waste gases like carbon dioxide. So, next, what are the functions of the respiratory system? So, the first one, Marlo, can you read?
Oxygen and carbon dioxide exchange between blood and air.
Okay. Oxygen and carbon dioxide exchange between blood and air. As you know, circulatory system and respiratory system are partners in crime. They perform both roles simultaneously. They are both responsible systems for us to survive. So, next, yes, Rhea, the function of respiratory system, the second one.
Speech and vocalization.
Okay. It is also responsible to create sounds through vibration. So there is one organ that is known as the music box or the sound box of the human body. So the third one is helps sense of smell. So we are all gifted to smell all things that surrounds us. So the fourth one helps to control acid-base balance of the body. So it is also responsible to regulate our blood levels of carbonic acid. So the last one is breathing movement helps promote blood and blood flow. So our breathing, when we take our deep breath, so it facilitates movement of limbs through the body streams of lymph through the blood streams that helps to eliminate the toxins. So there are two tracks or two categories of respiratory system. So the first one is the upper and the second one is the lower respiratory tract. So what is the upper respiratory tract? Yes, Marlo?
The upper respiratory tract are composed of nose, the pharynx, and the larynx. The organs of the upper respiratory tract are located outside the chest cavity.
So the upper respiratory tract is located outside the chest cavity. So it is located above our chest. So the second one, the lower respiratory tract. Yes, Rhea?
The lower respiratory tract are composed of the trachea, the lungs, and all segments of the bronchial tree, including the alveoli. The organs of the lower respiratory tract are located inside the chest cavity.
So the lower respiratory tract is located underneath our upper respiratory tract. So it is organs that are located in our chest cavity. So next, let's go on to the upper respiratory tract. So the first one is the nose and the nasal cavity. So what is the purpose of our nose and our nasal cavity? So the nose is the organ through which air enters and filtered. Next one is the nasal cavity. So nasal cavity is in the cavity inside our nose that has sticky mucous membrane lining to the nasal cavity traps, that's particle, and tiny hairs called cilia. Help move them through our nose to be sneezed or blown out. So, next one, what is the pharynx? Yes, Marlo?
So pharynx, both food and air pass through the pharynx before reaching their appropriate destination. The pharynx also plays a role in speech.
So, how about larynx? Rhea?
The larynx is essential to human speech.
So, as you can see here in our illustration, so we have there the pharynx has a three components, the nasopharynx, oropharynx, and lingopharynx. So oropharynx is the organ responsible for the food and to segregate, I mean, the food and the air. So it is a small organ which segregates the food. So it has a movement. So when we inhale, so it also take or segregates the air going to our trachea, or the air, our known as the windpipe in our respiratory. So another one, it goes to our esophagus. So we have there the larynx. So underneath our pharynx, so our larynx creates sound. So it is essential for our speech. So next, we'll go on to our to the lower respiratory tract. So trachea. It is located just below our larynx. Trachea is the main airway of our lungs. So it is known as the windpipe. So it is large pipe or a tube which is goes through our respiratory system. So going to our lungs. So next is the bronchi. So bronchi is a branch of trachea into each lungs and create networks to intricate passages that supplies lungs with air. So our bronchi, so there are two tubes, separating tubes. So one is going to right and one is going to the left. So it is also a tube which airs goes deep in our respiratory system. Next is the bronchioles. So what is bronchioles? Yes, Rhea?
Bronchioles are tubes in the lungs which branch off from the larger bronchi that enter each lung.
So bronchioles are the small tubes. So it is the smallest tube which airs past going to the alveoli. So next is the